What's happening, everybody? It's your boy, and it has been a long time in the making. I've been wanting to do this video for about as long as I can remember, and just a few months ago, finally I said, you know what? It's time. We're gonna break down and we're actually gonna do this challenge. As you guys know from the title of this video, I shot 100 3-pointers every single day for 30 days straight, and I documented the entire thing to see if I could have any type of improvement with 30 days of non-stop hard work. Now, believe it or not, this experiment was actually kind of inspired by a company that I ran across quite some time ago and was just really intrigued with their website and how everything worked, and they are going to be the sponsors of today's video, which is going to be Skillshare. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of them before. They have online classes for pretty much anything. So if you're looking to pick up a new skill to learn or just get better at something that you always wanted to, Skillshare probably has a class for you. For example, if you want to learn a new instrument, you can go on Skillshare and take a class for it. If you're looking to start up a YouTube channel, for example, you can go on to Skillshare and find classes for video editing, on how to use a camera, on public speaking. There's so much that you could do on there. I wish that I would have known about a website like Skillshare whenever I first started YouTube, because it took me nearly 4 years to be able to learn all the things that I do now. And the best thing about it is that their site is affordable for anybody. An annual fee only costs $10, and you can get a premium membership which gives you unlimited access to all of their high quality classes from experts in all the different fields. And the coolest part about it is they said they want to hook you guys up. The first 500 people, they use my link down below, get 2 months entirely free to check out their website and see if it's for you with no charge at all. And a huge thank you to Skillshare for collaborating with me for this video. I was the one that hit them up because I think you guys will really enjoy their website and it can do a lot of good for you. So don't forget to go down below, check out the link. Now it's time to get into this crazy challenge that I somehow got myself into. Today marks day 1 of shooting 100 3-pointers every day for 30 days. For the longest time, I've wanted to do this challenge, and it's finally time to take initiative. This was actually something that I was gonna do on my own, and then I thought, you know what? This could make a cool video, and I wouldn't mind looking back to see if I actually made progress. Because ultimately, that's the whole point of this. I don't want to spend hours every single day to only not get better. But I can't see that happening. Before we actually get into this experiment, if you want to call it that, I'm setting 3 goals for myself. I feel like that's important. Goal number 1, to see a bit of improvement from week 1 to week 4. I'm already prepared for there to be days where there are outliers. I might come here and make 70 shots. The next day, I might come in here and make 20. I want to be able to add up the total from week 1 and then compare it to week 4 and see a significant improvement. That leads me to goal number 2, to find a shot. See, whenever I'm playing basketball, I tend to not shoot the ball the same every single time. And by shooting over 3,000 shots within a month span, I want to be able to find a stroke that I don't stray away from. And then that leads me into the last goal, and it will be confidence. There's been many times where I've been playing games and had a wide open 3-pointer and just didn't have the confidence to shoot it, so I passed the ball off. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to take the shot with confidence and feel pretty good that I'm going to make it. With that said, let's get started with these 3-pointers for day 1. Whew, okay, here comes my first 3-pointer out of many. No pressure. We got this.
When you try your best but you don't succeed.
Whoa. It was wide right.
So out of our first set of 10, we made 2. That's 20%. It's not great. We ended up finishing up day 1 making 29 out of 100 shots, which is nearly 1/3 of every shot that I took. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I was actually pretty happy making 29. Now, granted, it being day 1, I had some pretty bad misses. Some air balls, some ones that barely skimmed off the rim, which coming into day 1, I kind of expected to happen, but that was another thing that I really wanted to work on going throughout the whole month. Off to day 2. Oh boy, so already I knew that I was committed whenever I woke up early in the morning and I seen this. The rain was actually so bad that I broke my shotgun mic and almost broke my DSLR, which I would have been pretty mad about. Today marks day number 2 at the court, and we already have an obstacle that we have to overcome. I mean, already the weather here is terrible. I should have expected it, but it's not going to be stopping me from getting our session in today. We're going to do a quick 100 shots and see what we can do. I'm expecting this to go awful, but we'll see. But I stayed committed though, and surprisingly, I hit 29 shots, which tied what we had from the first day. Again, I was pretty happy with that. Day number 3, big day. Big day. This is the day I decided to start committing myself to start looking at the back of the rim every time that I shot. Today marks day 3. I'm getting my best score today. And it's also starting to rain again. You gotta be kidding me. Out of my first 50, I made 18 shots, which isn't bad, but we did that yesterday too, and then completely fell off and only made 11, so I don't know. I'm thinking of just looking to try to get consistent. Let's see if we can hit at least another 17 or 18. Made 34 today. That feels pretty good. Today was the first day that something actually clicked a little bit. I'm telling you, looking at the back rim whenever you shoot, that helps out a lot. Gotta thank my boy Steph Curry for that. This is my first day trying to look at the back rim whenever I shot. Therefore, probably about half of my shots, I forgot to look at the back rim. So within the next couple of days, I'm gonna be working on breaking that habit where I'm looking at it every single time. And hopefully once I have that in the back of my mind, I could be a little bit more consistent. I'm actually really excited for tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Let's go. Day number 6. Day 6, 48 out of 50. Let's go. Shoot. 48 out of 100. Never mind. Not that good yet. Day number 7. After these 100 shots, our first week will already be over. That's the end of week 1. I made 35 today. I'm realizing that it's a lot more difficult whenever you're here by yourself and have to get your own rebounds. Whew, my week 1 recap's gonna be 256 shots out of 700, which is about 36.6% of my shots. I wonder how week 2 is gonna go. I'm kind of scared that I do worse than that. Week number 2 came around, and for whatever reason, I felt super inconsistent. And day number 8, I ended up hitting 31 shots. And day 10, I hit 49, which was one of my best by far. And then right after me hitting 49, I went back to one of my worst by hitting 29 again. That sucked. I made 16 out of 50 on my first set, and then I had 13 out of 50 on my second set. I literally go from having my best day of shooting yesterday with 49 to, wait, what did I have today? 29 again. That's week 1 stuff. At this point, doing this for a little over a week, 29 was no longer acceptable. I wasn't happy with that anymore. There was definitely a lot of frustration from what I remember. I ended up having 3 pretty decent days of shots made over 40 that week, which really saved us. Our average at the end of that week was a slight improvement. We went from 36.6 to 37.7. I still wasn't satisfied though. The slump kind of continued straight into week 3. We started off by making 35, 38, and 32, and I thought for sure that my week 3 was going to be my worst one yet. So after starting week 3 off pretty bad, I knew that I had to take a pause, and I rewatched a little bit of my footage to see what I was doing wrong. After watching some of the film, I noticed 4 different things that I didn't like that I was doing. I was getting frustrated way too easily. I wasn't looking at the back of the rim every time that I shot. My form was off, and I was rushing my shots. So from here, I really tried my best to do whatever I could to focus on those 4 things. Let me tell you guys something. Taking the time to just sit down and see what I was doing wrong was probably the most important thing that I did throughout this entire 30-day process. The entire rest of the week, I ended up hitting at least 40 shots every single day. On average, by the end of week 3, we ended up making 38.5 shots on average out of 100, and we were coming into week number 4 with a lot of momentum. Now, after a few weeks in, I feel like this is important to say, I had a secret goal that I set for myself, and it was to get over 50 shots made just one of the weeks. It was a goal that I was striving to get probably more than anything, because I've come really close a few times, but just wasn't able to hit that 50% mark. The problem was I knew I only had about another week to do it, so the pressure was really on. But then day number 23 came. Today's day 22. This is gonna be the first day in our final week. It'll be an 8-day week, and why not start it off in the rain? Like I said, the grind doesn't stop. We can't take any days off. So I'm gonna warm up real quick, and then we're gonna get into these 100 shots. It was magical, to say the least. I was there by myself, and it seemed like nearly every time that I shot the ball, it was on point. I came away not only hitting over 50 shots, but we hit 53 that day, and at that point I knew it was really my time to get this. I wanted to average over 40 points for an entire week. We're here back at the court. Today will be day number 24, I believe. My camera cut out yesterday whenever I had my best day ever, which was 53. I wish that I could have gotten my reaction because that was one of the greatest things ever. It was a huge motivational boost, and I don't know, I was just so excited to be able to hit 53. And that was the first day of our final week. Realistically, I'm not expecting to get 50 every single week, but if we can keep the 40 thing up, or at least stay around that area, we could possibly average 40 this week, which is really, really exciting. Now, I will say there was a few inconsistencies here and there, but overall, it was by far the best week. We ended up making 42% of our shots. Oh man, I can't even believe it. Today's the last day. Hopefully we ended on a good note. If there were any days that I was a little bit nervous, it would be today, I'm not gonna lie. The goal today, let's just try to get over 40, ended on a positive note. Doesn't have to be the greatest, but 40 I'd be happy with. 45 points to wrap up day 30, we'll take it. I ended up making 336 shots out of 800 because I had to add an extra day onto the week to help me get up to 30 days total. Overall, this was way more of a success than I expected it to be. We showed clear improvement from week 1 to week 4. Before doing this, I had no clue where to look whenever I was shooting the ball. Now I look at the back rim, which helps out so much. I have a form that I like using and I feel comfortable with every time that I shoot the ball. Sure, with 1 month, no, I'm not the greatest shooter ever, but to see consistent improvement is really motivating. Now, I will say it has been some time since I've done this challenge because, well, you know. I'm really interested to see where I end up once this winter ends. If you would like me to keep up with this, maybe turn it into a series, drop a like, let me know down in the comments. I could definitely do that. I hope if anything else, this inspired you guys a little bit to go out and go after something completely that you've been wanting to do for such a long time. I realize throughout the process there might be days you just want nothing to do with it, but at the end, it really seems like it was worth it. And I'm sure that anything you go out and set yourself out to do, it'll be worth it in the long run. I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you one more time to Skillshare for partnering with me on this video. Don't forget, first 500 people that click the link down below get their first 2 months completely free. You have nothing to lose. Thank you all so much for watching. You already know you're the best. God bless. Don't forget to keep him first. Peace. If you're interested in checking out any more of our basketball videos, over to your left is going to be a basketball minigame I'm sure you've never seen before. And over to the right is going to be an experiment where we filled a basketball with water. I'm sure you'll like both of them if you haven't seen them yet. Peace.